about how cold you are just walking to your car, so it's easy to understand why the Cuyahoga County Office of Homeless Service has declared a weather emergency right now during this deep freeze. That means warming centers are open for the homeless. And that's not all. News Channel 5's Paul Kiska has more now. And Paul, weather like this really can be a matter of life and death.
No doubt about it, Alicia. Just last winter, one homeless man froze to death here on the streets of Cleveland. Others got frostbite, so that's always a concern. But right now, as we speak, and this actually started around 4 o'clock tonight, homeless advocates are all over the streets of Cleveland, going around talking to and trying to convince homeless people who don't usually stay in the homeless shelters that of all weeks during this deep freeze, this is the week, this is the night to get inside to a homeless shelter. It's so cold, this van wouldn't start today. Icicles are frozen in place, and electric companies are cranking out extra power. And there's concern now about Cleveland's homeless people. At high noon today, bright sunshine overhead, but temperature still hovered around zero, wind chills well below zero. So on a day this extremely cold, warming shelters opened like St. Malachi. There are 4,000 homeless in Cleveland. 2,000 sleep in homeless shelters. But the rest, well, they risk it outside.
They'll stay on steam grates, the heated sidewalks on Superior Avenue, or in tents, and will not go in, or they're staying in an abandoned building.
Before sunset tonight, outreach workers who keep a map of where hundreds of homeless who don't use shelter sleep will try to convince them now is the time to head to a homeless shelter like Lakeside, the warming center at St. Malachi at West 25th and Superior, or an emergency overflow homeless center set up at East 17th and Payne.
If you don't want to go to shelter, would you at least come into the warming center?
You never forget where you came from.
Earl says he was homeless for years but turned his life around. Now he volunteers at St. Malachi's, giving out hot coffee and food. He'll never forget the pain of a cold Cleveland winter.
I mean, you're aching all the time. Your feet are wet. Your ears are cold. Sometimes the gloves you have on, it just doesn't work.
And at the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, 250 new blankets donated Monday are already gone. And the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless can always use more blankets, because we know it has snowed here in April many times. Reporting live downtown, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.